lame. Well, welcome to Alex and Pixie Go Cooking Christmas Edition 2024. What are we making today, sweet
glazed
Pixie Pockets?
Ham.
Glazed ham. I love glazed ham. You know, I like some parts of pork. I don't really like pork belly. In fact, I hate pork.
Unless it's pulled pork.
Well, I like pulled pork, not pork belly. Love bacon. Love a good Christmas glazed ham, and that's what we're going to do today.
Thanks to Darren for this beautiful ham that he's gotten us.
Fabuloso. So we're going to make a ham which has a very small number of ingredients. It's going to be brown sugar, maple syrup, honey, Dijon mustard, of course the ham, and some cloves. That's what we're making. First up, we're actually doing a few little cooking things for Christmas today, but it's, we really appreciate you being with us. What should we do first? I think we need to make the glaze.
Yep.
And then we can get on to the next step.
First ingredient, honey?
Well, the first ingredient is maple syrup. You want to bring the camera over so that the good folks watching can see what we are doing. Do you have a measuring cup?
Yes.
I need a third of a cup of maple syrup. Oh, there it goes. Maybe she will edit that out. Or maybe not. You never can tell. Anyway, we're making glazed ham today, and it's Christmas or very close to it. Can't wait. Alright, the first thing we need is a third of a cup of maple syrup. Here's the maple syrup, and it's in a jar. Is this a third of a cup?
Yeah, that's a third of a cup.
Oh, that's pretty handy. So I'm going to take, gosh, I've got to be short to get in here. I'm going to take a third of a cup of maple syrup and add it to my bowl like this. It's not going to be enough, so maybe a little.
We always have backup.
When we say we, Kathy Pixie Pockets means she always has a backup. Here's the sneaky plan. If you've got an awesome, godly wife, like me, there's always a spare in the cupboard. Alright, so we need a third of a cup of, what is this stuff again?
Maple syrup!
Yep, we pulled this straight out of the maple tree earlier today.
And put it in the Aldi bottle.
And put it in the Aldi bottle, which they prepared for us earlier. Alright, so we've got a third of a cup of maple syrup.
What's next, Bubba?
Half a cup of brown sugar. I've got the brown sugar. The brown sugar is there. Made half a cup. Do we have a half a cup measure? Well, this is exciting, isn't it? I have to say, I love a good glazed ham. Would you let us know in the comments? It's on YouTube. We may as well get you to comment, like, subscribe. I don't know why you do any of those things, but if you want to, you certainly can. We're now aiming for brown sugar to go into the maple glaze. I'll tell you what, a glazed ham is freaking amazing. A third of a cup. No, half a cup.
Half a cup.
Of packed brown sugar, firmly packed.
Really matter.
Needs to be packed down. Now, I'll get Pixie Pockets to put the brown sugar in, and then I'm going to demonstrate packing it down. As the camera moves, I have to get lower and lower. Eventually, we'll be like making it like this. Right now, we're going to cut the ham. Oh, I nearly cut my nose off. All right, where are we up to?
Supposed to pack it?
It's got to be packed.
Yeah.
Yep. Half a cup packed. Is that half a cup, the whole thing?
Yeah, roughly.
We need to. Oh, it's not a half cup thing?
It'll do. No, this is a cup.
Oh. Then that's more like 2/3 of a cup. Good enough. Whack him in. So we've got a little more brown sugar than we need. I need a third of a cup of honey. I have the honey here, and I'm just going to adjust that camera because it's going to hurt my knees eventually. There we go. All right. Third of a cup of honey.
I know a trick, honey.
Is it as funny
Excuse
as this?
the pun.
There's a trick. Where's the pun?
I called you honey.
No, you did.
Look. Like a. Hold on.
When the wife who knows what she's doing says, wait a minute, do it this way, blokes, stop and listen.
There we go.
There is always a trick. Usually I stay in my lane when it comes to cooking. The part of cooking that I'm best at is the eating. In fact, I'm the official taste tester. It's amazing when Kathy makes cookies for the op shop on a Saturday morning. I am the official taste tester. I have to make sure that they aren't poisoned, which means that I need to eat at least half a dozen to make sure that I don't get ill. And then I need to check that they are tasty, that they're up to scratch in terms of taste. It's quite a responsibility being the official taste tester for Sanctuary Chapel, but it's a job that I take very seriously. All right, where are we up to?
Next is mustard.
Mustard. So we need 1 tablespoon of mustard.
Yeah.
Can you grab a little teaspoon and I'll just use the spoon to spoon out the honey from the measurer. I wonder how you're going. Are you someone who appreciates Christmas? Do you love cooking at Christmas time? Do you understand the true meaning of Christmas? We can have a lot of fun cooking and preparing the house and buying and wrapping and receiving presents and decorating the Christmas tree. But really, none of that is anything but a kind of a pale imitation of what Christmas is truly about. The presents are a reflection of God's presence to you. Did you know that? All right, I slipped out of cooking show mode and into preaching mode just briefly. Back to the cooking.
That's it, honey.
All right, where are we up to?
That's all.
Okay, so now what I'm going to do is take a spoon and stir the sugar into the solution until we have what I would describe as a glaze. Maybe you'd like to watch that stirring process, yeah. Oh, not bad. Look at that. Look at the way that the sugar dissolves. How dissolved do you think it needs to be?
That's pretty good.
Is that pretty good?
Yeah.
I was surprised that it didn't need any heat to get the glaze ready. So that's the glaze. This is a honey and maple and Dijon mustard glaze that we're going to use for our glazed ham.
I'm going to put it back where it was. It was better.
Thanks again to Big Darren for providing the ham for today's Christmas glaze. And you're watching Alex and Pixie Go Cooking, the world's most fabulous cooking show. And very humble as well. In fact, possibly the most humble cooking show in the whole of the universe. Where are we up to?
1 ham.
Okay.
Cracker open.
Line a large baking dish with 2 layers of non-stick baking paper. Place on an oven shelf in the lowest position, blah blah blah. Use a sharp knife to cut around the shank of the ham about 10 centimetres from the end. Okay, like that. Let's remove the ham. That's plastic.
Ooh la la. Baking paper.
2 layers of baking paper.
2 layers.
2 layers. I don't know why.
Seems a bit unnecessary.
That's what the recipe calls for. With a double layer of baking paper. So I'm going to make an incision.
How are you going to get the rind off?
Well, you make an incision like that. Run a knife under the rind around the edge of the ham. I mean, the whole thing's got to come off, right? Do you think I would do it that way as well? Maybe that would be the way.
I would say that you run the knife under there.
Just like that.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to take the fat off. We need the fat.
Yeah.
I think I might.
That's it.
This
Look.
way too. Taking too much fat there.
Oh, good job, honey.
Although who's going to really like that?
She's gonna love it. Oh.
We can make shoes out of that.
Yeah. Give it to the doggy.
The dog.
Give it to the puppy.
Should we cut it or just let it? Does he want some ham? Christmas ham?
She's like, what is that? Allie, get the ham. It's for you.
This dog ain't no dog.
What, Dad? Oh, yeah. Gotta rub some dirt on it first. Get one. She'll wait till we go away before she eats it. Well, I hope I don't step on that later. How you going, Buttons?
Oh, nearly there. We need another dog.
Yeah. She's burying it in the yard. Looks good.
Okay. So now we're going to take the trusty knife. Don't do this at home, folks. It's a sharp knife. I'm going to score it. Actually, I think it goes at an angle.
Crisscross diagonal, doesn't it?
Yeah. Hmm? Look at that. How good is a glazed ham?
So good.
Darren, you're a legend.
And ham lasts like 2 weeks. It's so good.
We'll be eating this for a while.
Yeah.
Alright, then I just
Other way?
store it the other direction.
Got some cloves here for Alex. He's gonna put it in all the little corners.
Hey, how good do they smell? I don't. What are cloves? Do we know where they come from?
No.
No. We're just going to enjoy
Some
it.
sort of a tree.
So I'm going to put the cloves in the kind of the corners of the cuts, so the cuts are on the diagonal, I'm going to jam the cloves in each corner, and that will help to bring some of that beautiful clove flavour into the ham. What do you think?
Looks good.
Do I do this side or do this side?
Your back's to the camera.
Oh! Maybe that's my better side.
Except you're blocking the whole
Just
video.
saying. It doesn't make for great TV just seeing our backs, as it turns out. It may not make great TV anyway. It's not exactly an action movie, is it? Sticking cloves into a ham. Good. What do you think?
Yeah, pretty good.
Pretty good.
Oh, there's one here.
So we're glazing the ham, ready for Christmas. And have you ever glazed a ham yourself? It's actually a really fun thing to do. I have to remind myself how to do this every year, but you just take the skin off, leave the fat on, score it, whack in the cloves, and then basically we're just going to paint it with the glaze, put it in the oven for a period of time, and then pull it out and paint it again. Very, very straightforward.
Okay. Looks good.
Okay, so it's in the dish. We're now going to brush the glaze, and then we're going to do that again every 25 minutes. Sweetheart, do you have a brush I can use to paint the glaze?
Yes, I'll just quickly wash my hands.
So we're basically going to paint the glaze onto the cold ham. It goes in the oven for 25 minutes at 170 degrees Celsius, and then we are going to wait 25 minutes, pull it out, do it again, and we're going to do that over and over and over again for about the next hour and a half so that we build up that glaze. Should be lovely and sticky and sweet, maybe a bit caramelly. Honey, it's making me hungry. I don't know whether this ham's going to make it to Christmas Day.
No. Oh, there's the brush.
Alright, I think we're ready for brushing.
Got our brush.
Thank you. Would you like to have a close-up of the brushing? So I have a brush. Not your average paintbrush. We're going to paint the glaze onto the ham. Let's see how this goes. Oh, that is so gooey and sticky. Yum. How good is that?
That looks so good. It's a big ham, Darren.
Also, it's a cracking ham. So
Wow,
that
that's
smells
so
good
nice
already.
and thick. And then you can come around this side when you're ready.
Meat as well. But it's mostly on the fatty bit, I think, that we want
Yeah.
the glaze to be. Okay. What do you think?
Great.
That looks good, isn't it?
Yeah, perfect.
So I think what we'll do is we'll whack it in the oven for about 25 minutes, 170 degrees Celsius. If you need Fahrenheit, Google it. All right. Here we go. How's that look?
That looks amazing. Did I leave enough space? Yeah.
Perfect.
Good.
Woohoo! We'll be back with the next round of glaze very soon.
Okay.
Okay, glazed ham, part 2. We're going to put on the second bit of glazing. And just for safety's sake, I've got my U-Butte safety mitts here. Don't leave home without them. Okay, here we go.
Your glasses are all fogged up.
This is where I try not to drop it on the floor. Woohoo! Look at that! How good does that look?
Oh, I can smell the maple syrup.
Alright, so I'm going to put on the second layer of glaze, which just means I'm going to paint it on. I'm going to start at the top and work my way back. You can already see that it's just soaking into that meat. And that fat will render down nicely. This is only the first cook, so it's going to be pretty good. Look at that. Look at that.
It smells really good. I think it's the fat and the maple syrup.
Can we eat it now?
It's like maple bacon or something.
Oh, it is maple bacon. I think eventually we'll be able to pour some of that into those places, to those spaces where
It's already started splitting.
Yeah, where that the fat starts to split. Ooh. Someone is trying to ring us.
Great.
This is the way we paint the ham. Yummy, sticky, gooey stuff. Look at that, Bubba Boo.
It smells so good.
Okay, so that's painted again. I'm going to pop it back in for another 25 minutes and then we'll see how it looks. I learnt. Bye bye ham.
Hello.
Hello. Welcome again to Pixie Pocket's kitchen, and I'm allowed in here once a year when we record our Christmas special. Yes, it's very special.
And we've also got Christmas carols tomorrow night at Benithan Hub at 6 o'clock for the barbecue and 7 o'clock for carols.
Exactly right, but by the time you see this video, it may be 2025. Come again next year. Anyway, we're going to pull the ham out. The glazing is almost complete. One glaze to go, and then we will know how good it is. Let's give it a crack. All right, I'm just going to go into the oven. Ooh, can't see. Oh, yeah. Look at that magnificence. Can you see?
Oh my gosh.
Can you see that?
That looks so good.
Anyway. So we're out of glaze, but there's plenty of glaze, you know, sort of liquid in the pan. I think for this last glaze, I'm just going to use some of that, drizzle it over the ham and see how we go.
Yum.
Ooh, look at that.
Oh, it's so sticky and thick.
Oozy, sticky, yummy goodness. What do you think about that, sweetie?
Oh, that looks so good. Is it Christmas yet?
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Everywhere you go.
Are you there? Yum.
The only thing we don't have is snow. There's no snow, as Pixie keeps reminding me, there's no snow in Canberra
In Australia.
at Christmas time. Well, actually, it can snow in Tasmania at Christmas time. Did you?
Really?
Yes. But we're not in Tasmania, so it doesn't have that effect. So we've done a bunch of glazes. This is the final glaze, the last 25 minutes of glazing, and I'm just using some of the glaze that is obviously melted during the process, but that ham is looking so lovely and sticky, and I really wish that you could share it with us. If you're part of our church at Sanctuary Chapel, you may well get to sample some of this because we're thinking of having a little Boxing Day
Get together.
so perhaps you'll get to share in some of the ham. What do you think about that, Steve? Is that
Yeah,
sound
good.
okay?
Perfect.
All right. Well, let's put that back in for
Maria?
another 25, and that will take it through to the final glaze. In fact, it's only about 10 minutes because that will have had enough.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, here it goes.
Beautiful.
Ah, the
Nice
ham is
one,
in.
honey.
The final part of the glaze. Pretty exciting. Can't wait for it to come out. And if only we had smell-o-vision.
Oh my
You
gosh,
would get
it
the
smells
smell
so
of the
good.
the maple bacon.
The fat of the, yeah.
Ooh.
So good. We've got our pudding is on. It'll be ready in 6 hours. Went a lot smoother this time. We did remember to put the rum in. And now we'll move on to the chocolate crackle tree. See you then.